The main reason why a lot of people do not have the time, space, and energy to eat and train and be who they really want to be is identity. Identity basically, it is how you see yourself to be. It is the real concept of who you are. You do not need to be a fit person. You do not need to see it first. Where you need to see this is in your mind. A lot of the time, people get confused about eating good food and they make eating good food seem complicated. What you need to do is to be able to decide on the days that you are going to eat healthy food and on the days that you are going to relax a little bit and then indulge. My name is Titilayo, and today we are going to be talking about how to eat when you don't have the time and how to train when you don't have the time and energy or space for it. So today, the main reason why a lot of people do not have the time, space, and energy to eat and train and, be who they really want to be is identity. And then the next word is structure and your standards. Identity basically, it is how you see yourself to be. Like it is the real concept of who you are. So if you consider yourself to be a fit person, if you consider yourself to be someone who likes to take good care of themselves, someone who puts their well-being first, then sis, it is easy for you to create that time and space for you to do your workout. It is easy for you to create that time and space to make healthy meals. However, a lot of people say that, oh, I do not see myself like that because I'm not physically looking like that person. Sis, you do not need to be a fit person. You do not need to see it first. Where you need to see this is in your mind. If you have created that idea and you said to yourself, I want to be fit and healthy. I want to be able to prioritize my health. I want to prioritize myself. I want to do things that elevate and increases my energy. The minute you say that to yourself, you are also seeing a version of yourself that can be that person. So we don't just say things for the sake of saying it. We think it first. And when we're thinking about it, we are also creating an image in our mind like, oh, I can actually be fit. You might not have the full image printed in your mind, but you have that idea that you can be fit and healthy, that you can actually eat healthy foods. That is the image you need to see first. Because if you can see that image, then you can be that image. It is written in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve it. So if your mind can have that idea or set that goal to be fit, healthy, and someone that prioritizes their well-being, it means that you can achieve it. It means that that identity, that person already exists within you. Now, your job is to bring it to your reality. And the first way to bring it into your reality is by stepping into that version of who you want to be. So basically, you said to yourself that I want to be fit, I want to be healthy. And you know that you can be fit, you know that you can be healthy, but you're struggling to find the time and space and energy for you to actually be it. Sis, the first thing you need to do is step into that version. The minute you step into that version and start seeing yourself as someone who is healthy, someone who is fit, someone that prioritizes their well-being, then you will be able to create that space and that time for it. Once you step into the identity, your mind will now start working for you to bring that into your reality by telling you what to do, how to create the space and time. Now, this is where we go into the conscious planning. And now we plan. We start planning our standards. So you create the standards by saying to yourself, oh, if I am actually a fit person, what would I do? How would I create time and space? You say, oh, a fit person actually prioritizes their workout. Okay, that's your standard. That's your number one standard. The second, the fit person takes care of their well-being. They eat very well. They eat healthy foods. Although they might have a balanced diet whereby sometimes they might snack on unhealthy food, but majority of the time they are always eating healthy food. Okay, that's my number two standard. And then you set another standard. A fit person prioritizes rest. See, you set up your standards. Once you set up your standards, easily, again, your mind will start working on your structure. No matter how busy you are, your mind will go out in the space and start finding people, activities that would actually fit your rhythm and fit your schedule. You don't have to do what A or B or C is doing, working out 1 hour, working out every day. There is a lot of solutions that could fit your problem. You just need to allow yourself to be there and to be open to receiving those solutions. Now, once you start trying to find the right structure, you might struggle with the first solution that comes to mind. It doesn't mean that the right structure is not there. It doesn't mean that you will fail, because this is where a lot of people give up. A lot of people try a structure that does not fit their real life, that was not created personally for you. And this is why my best coaching program actually works for women, because it allows you to create that structure that works perfectly well for you. No matter how tight your schedule is, we build in fitness routines, we build in healthy habits that you can incorporate without you feeling, oh, it's not gonna work for you, and then you give up. In this video, I want to take you through the step-by-step process on how to create that plan for you so that you can have that time, space, and energy. In setting your structure, you might be going from A to B, trying to find the right structure for you. Sis, there is no perfect structure, because our life is not built on a perfect line, like on a perfect rhythm. We are always changing according to what we want to create. So you are not going to have one structure that is going to work all the rest of your life or for the next 10 years. Your structure is going to change. And that is why the best package for you, because we adapt. We change your structure based on your season. We incorporate rest. We allow you to just work with your food. There is so much more you can gain. And then with mindset coaching, it allows it to be easy for you to accomplish all of this. Because guess what? The power is in your hands. The power is within you. So sis, once you've created that structure and you found a structure that is working for that season of your life, then work with it. When it gets to a point that is no more working with that season of your life, do not start giving up. Do not start thinking you are inconsistent or not disciplined. It means you need to switch up your structure, or it means you need to add a little bit more to your standard. And that is how you create time and space. I'm going to take you into nutrition. So a lot of the time, people get confused about eating good food, and they make eating good food seem complicated, whereas eating good food, eating healthy food is not complicated. What you need to do is to be able to decide on the days that you are going to eat healthy foods and on the days that you are going to relax a little bit and then indulge, eat pleasurable foods, and on the days where you're just going to be flowing freely and not really watching what you eat or not. Once you are able to decide on that structure, sis, eating healthy is going to be easy because what you need literally to eat healthy is just three main foods: carbohydrate, fat. You don't really even need fat, but carbohydrate and protein and some vegetables. Because the reason why I'm not going to take fat into consideration right now is because fat is intertwined in most of the food we eat. Like when you cook your vegetables, when you have a toast, you put some butter or avocado into it, or you have some nuts. Fat is literally in every food. So there's no point of putting that extra fat onto it. Okay. So what you need to do when you want to eat is firstly think protein. Think about your protein first. Your protein should be 1/4 of your plate. Unless you are trying to lose some fat, then you could increase the protein more than 1/4 of your plate. So think of the protein. What you want to have: egg, fish, meat, tofu, lentil. Think of the protein you want to have and just, okay, I've got the protein. And then the next thing you need to think about is the vegetables. What fiber do you want to have? So you think, oh, do I want to have a vegetable mix, a stir fry, a salad? Do I just want to have like broccoli? Do I just want to have cucumber? Just think about what type of vegetable. You don't have to have 5 different vegetables or colorful different vegetables. Even 1 or 2 is sufficient enough. Okay. And then you think about your carbohydrate. Do you want to have starchy carbohydrate, or do you want to have low starch carbohydrate and mixed with fiber? You need to think about it. I would recommend, like, on days that you have high energy days, so maybe you're working out a lot on that day, you've done a lot of cardio or strength training, or you're just moving around, you've been walking so long with your family and friends, you've done like 20k steps or 15k steps, and you think, okay, I need to refuel, give myself a little bit of glucose. There you could think, okay, I'm gonna have a bit of small starchy carbohydrate. Then you add that carbohydrate onto your meal. But on days that you've just been working, you've not done a lot, then sis, just have some carbohydrate with fiber in it, like beans, lentils. That is good. Or you can have like sweet potato as well. That is good. So for example, beans is starchy carbohydrate with more fiber in it, and sweet potato is starchy carbohydrate with fiber in it. So when you think of those 3 main types of food, sis, you're golden. That's all you need to do, because this is what I do on a daily basis. I don't meal prep ahead. The only thing that I kind of meal prep or protein. So I will prep my protein halfway through by maybe just marinating loads of meat, loads of fish or chicken, and just put it into the fridge. And then when it's time for me to eat, I decide, what do I want to have? Meat, fish, chicken, eggs. And all I just do is bring out a couple, put it into the air fryer and let it cook. And then I think of vegetables. What vegetable do I want to have? Mushroom. Just grab one mushroom, put it into it. And then I think, do I want to have some rice? Did I straight train today? Do I need to, eat rice? I've not done a lot today. I've just been sat down there and said, okay, I'm not having rice. I'm just going to have more mushroom, then look for another vegetable that I want to have. Maybe have a courgette to it and say, I'm good with that. And maybe in the evening, I might think, oh, I would like a little bit of carbohydrate. Then I'll think, oh, maybe I have some lentil soup and add more chicken or fish onto it. And sis, that is just how easy I eat. I don't complicate things because I'm only thinking of 3 things: protein, vegetables, and what type of carbohydrate do I want to have? That's what I think about. And sis, when you are able to think in that format, sis, eating healthy is so easy. Even when you're out and about. When I'm out and about, I just want some protein first, okay? Oh, even when people say, oh, let's go to a fast food restaurant, I said, no problem. I order a burger, I take out the actual burger, get rid of the buns if I have not used up a lot of energy, put more lettuce into it, boom, I've eaten, I'm full, I'm wow. That is another easy way that you can eat healthy. So, if you want to know how to create your new identity, set up the standard and the structure, then sis, you might want to download my identity framework. Or if you really are ready for more structure, accountability, coaching, someone to guide you on a daily basis or weekly basis so that you can fully stay on board, then sis, Grow and Train with me is the perfect container for you to join. And if you want to learn more, book a clarity call with me and I'll be able to answer any of your questions. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.